Now, this is a story of Gautama Buddha. We all know Gautama Buddha and we all love him. He was the most successful spiritual teacher ever. The yogic practices or the yogic culture treats him in a very high position. He used to teach people to turn inwards. All he wanted to say is, whom you are searching for outside, he is residing inside you. Just turn inward and you will find him. Now, such was his personality, such was his magnetic personality that anybody who came near him instantly turned into his follower. They, after hearing his teachings, after hearing his words, they started following him and they started practicing his path. In the city of Magadha in India, in ancient India, where he lived at that time, the whole city, the citizens of the whole city had turned his followers, had become his followers, and they used to come and meet him, listen to his words, and started following his path. Once it happened, King Bimbisara, who was the ruler of the state of Magadha during that time, he also revered Lord Buddha a lot. He also loved him a lot and he also followed him. But he was a king. He had a kingdom to rule. He came and met Lord Buddha and told him, you are not doing so great. What are you doing? I am facing a lot of problem due to him. Lord Buddha smiled and said, why? Now, what have I done that you are facing so much problem in ruling your country? King Bimbisara said that you are a very good man. I love you. I revere you. I respect you. I also want to follow your path. Whole Magadha is following you. But I request you, don't go to the villages where the soldiers live, where the government servants live, because the soldiers are also starting to practice your path and they are leaving their weapons and they are practicing non-violence. Now, my lord, if the soldiers start practice non-violence, then with whom will I make an army to secure my country? Lord Buddha said, yes, this is a grave problem. But I assure you, don't worry. I will not meet them. I will not meet the people from the villages of the soldiers or the villages of the government servants. And if they come to me, I will definitely not encourage them to follow my path. King Bimbisara said, okay, and he left. Like this, once when Lord Buddha was traveling to a village from another village, he used to walk a lot because during those days there were no proper transportation available, there were no proper cars or other carts available. So he used to travel a lot by walking from one village to another, from then that village to another village. So he traveled to a place, he traveled to a village, and he sat under a big tree, under the shadow of that big tree. Now, and he closed his eyes and he went into a meditative state. Now, nearby that tree, there was a pond, there was a water body. A person, a man, came to that water body and because he had his own work, he did his own work and found a footprint there. Now this man who went there was an astrologer by profession, and his specialty was that he could read the footprints of a person. By seeing the footprints of a person, he could calculate and predict a lot about him. He could calculate the nature, the characteristics of that person, and he could say what the future of that person will be. So he saw that footprint and he calculated in his own way, and he found that this footprint must be belonging to an emperor. The owner of that footprint must be an emperor. That emperor must be ruling the whole world. That emperor must be conquering the whole world. So he became very happy, because who doesn't want to meet an emperor? Meeting an emperor, and if we can make him happy, definitely we can gain some rewards. So he followed the footsteps to see if that emperor was nearby. He followed the footsteps and he reached near that tree under which Gautama Buddha was sitting. He saw that there was no emperor here. Here is a man, shaved head, no hair on his head, and wearing saffron clothes. This is a monk. He thought, how can I be so wrong? I am practicing astrology for so many years now, and how can I be so wrong? How can my calculation be wrong? This is not an emperor, and it's a monk I am meeting. So he got very puzzled, and he sat down there and waited for that monk to open his eyes. After some time, Gautama opened his eyes, and seeing that man, he smiled. And he said, may I ask you, why are you here? That man said, I am an astrologer. My specialty is I can read the footprints of a person, and I can say from where he is, what his characteristics are, what will be his future, etc. I saw your footprints, and I thought you must be an emperor. But here I am meeting a monk. How is this possible? The footprints, calculating the footprints, I can say that the owner of the footprints will one day conquer the whole world, will one day rule the whole world. How is this possible? How can I be so wrong? Now Gautama said, if you say about conquering the whole world, I will definitely do that. If you say about ruling the whole world, I will definitely do that too. But my friend, I will do that not through conquests, not through wars, not through winning wars. I will do that by spreading love. This man, this astrologer man, was puzzled. He was very much confused. He said, I don't understand. What are you saying? Is it possible that conquering the whole world by spreading love? I haven't heard anything like this before. Please, can you elaborate? Gautama said, I am a monk. I am a bhikshu. Bhikshu literally means a beggar. I am a nobody. I have turned inward. I have seen into myself. I have seen the nature of life, the nature of existence, the nature of life that resides inside me. And this teaching I want to spread among people. Now this astrologer guy, this astrologer man understood that this is not a simple man I am meeting. This must be a very extraordinary person who is sitting in front of me. He immediately folded his hands in front of him and bowed down to him and said, I have understood I am meeting a very extraordinary person. Can you please make me your disciple and teach me what you are trying to teach to the whole world? Gautama smiled. He became very happy, and he immediately made that man into his disciple. He accepted him as his disciple and told him, what you are searching outside, the creator, the source of creation which you are searching outside, which you are searching, whom you are searching in various methods, in various rituals, is not residing in any of those places. The source of creation is residing within you. The source of creation resides within you. If you want to meet the source of creation, if you want to know the nature of life, if you want to know the nature of this existence, you have to turn inward.